Hey guys, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in, coming back and watching. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, staying safe, taking care of yourselves, all that kind of stuff. And if you're new here, my name is Jim. It's great to meet you. I make tutorial videos here every week showing you how I edit my photos using various software products. Today I'm in DxO PhotoLab 4. Once again, I made a first impression video a couple of days ago, which I'll put right there. And in that video, as the name implies, I shared kind of my first impressions of PhotoLab 4. Which are very positive. It's a great product. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it also coincided, and so I named it kind of first impression, first look, because it's a first look at version 4, which is an upgrade, and it's brand new as of a couple of days ago from version 3. So it's a paid upgrade. And anyway, so that was a first impression slash first look video, but in my excitement around doing my first impression video, I didn't really get into the features that make version 4 different from version 3. A couple of reasons why. Number one, I didn't use version 3. I got it recently, but I'd never really used it, so I still don't really have a basis for comparison. And then number two, I was just really doing a first impression video, which for me is use the product in a video for just about the first time. I mean, I edited a couple of photos and played around just to get the basic idea, but my whole idea of a first impression video is what's my first impression of it? And if I go in there having edited tons of photos, that's not a first impression. I want to share with you what it feels like coming for a new person who may be just now exposed to the product, and how intuitive is it. So I tried to cover that in the video, but what I didn't really cover, as I said, was, hey, what's new in version 4? So that's really what this video is about. And there's a few things that they're really talking about that are new. Again, it's all new to me, and I'm still learning the product. I've got a long way to go, but I like it. I'm definitely intrigued, and I'm going to keep playing around with it. But I had some people say, hey, Jim, you didn't even talk about the new features. Sorry, I guess it's kind of funny in that way. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the new feature. So let's look at it. Here we go. I've got some highlighted photos here. I've got these 4 photos. I'm going to say shift. I'm going to highlight them. And batch renaming. This is cool, by the way. When you hover over a photo, the info about it comes up. I love that, by the way. But anyway, I highlighted those photos, and one of the new features is batch renaming. So I can go in there and I can say image, and I can go to rename selected images. And you have some options here. You can replace the text, you can add text, or you can rename and add a counter. I'm going to say add text, and I'm just going to call this vintage. So, and you can do it before or after the name. I'm going to say after name, and I'm going to hit rename. And there you go. Now all of these have the file name and then vintage at the end of it. So that's batch renaming. That's the first feature we're going to talk about that's new in version 4. Okay, I've chosen this photo. I've double clicked on it to get into the editing or customize. If you look in the upper left, photo library is where I was. There, and I just chose this photo and I double clicked it to bring me into the customize where I can go and edit the photo. I'm going to hide this bottom window. The second thing is advanced history. So you have this tab over here, and it stays hidden like that, but I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and this advanced history gives you, as the name implies, advanced history about what you've done with the photo. As you can see, I've done a lot as I've been playing around with some of the new features, which I'll get into in a minute, but just like in any history app or window, as you would expect, you can click on it and take yourself back to where you may have been at that point in time. So advanced history is new. That's another cool feature here in version 4. I'm going to close that, and that takes me over here to this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open that again. The next thing is the customizable workspace. So as the name implies, you have these workspaces here on the left and the right, and you can customize what's in them and how it looks. So that gives you the ability to really set up the way you want to work in the app, regardless of how it may default to. So you've got a couple of different options here. You can go in, you can click on those, and you can see all the different things that you could add here. So maybe I wanted to add the crop tool over here, and boom, now the crop tool is over there. I'm going to close that just to give me a little bit more real estate for this photo. On this right-hand side, you can also do things. Let's say I really like to have HSL front and center. I'm going to go get the drop-down menu and HSL, and boom, and there it is. So you've got a lot of opportunity to customize this workspace. So the way I think of this feature is, hey, I've been using Lightroom forever, and I've converted from Lightroom over to PhotoLab 4. But I want PhotoLab 4 to kind of feel like the workflow that I've already got memorized from 10 years of using Lightroom and kind of embedded in my DNA now. I want the workflow here to be kind of similar. So you can set your workspace up here in PhotoLab 4 to basically mirror how you're operating in other products. So I think that's pretty cool. I actually like that quite a bit, that look. Now keep in mind, you also have these tabs across the top here. So you can click on these tabs to get into individual tools that are specific to things you need to do. So this is lights, and then this is color, and then this is detail, and we're going to get into the denoising in a minute, because denoise is another new thing that's added here in version 4. And you've got this one that includes a crop tool and distortion. You've got over here local adjustments, which I touched on in that last video, but I will come back and do another video about. And then you've got creative, and this actually includes instant watermarking, which is also new, and I'm going to demo that here in just a moment. So that is what they call smart workspaces. I just call it customization. I like the idea of customizing the workspace and setting it up the way you want it to operate. So the next feature that a lot of people are talking about is instant watermarking. Now, I'm going to be just dead honest and tell you, I do not put watermarks on my photos. I don't really like them, but I can understand and appreciate that many people do. And if that's what you like, great, go for it. And by the way, it's super simple and easy. You can do it 2 different ways here with this instant watermarking tool. You can get an image or you can get text. So an image, I can just click on that, click on browse, and I'm going to go get this watermark that I just made. All I did is I typed in that, what is it, Option and G on a Mac will give you that copyright symbol. And then I typed DxO Photography. I made that as a slide in Keynote, which is basically the PowerPoint version on a Mac. Exported it as a JPEG, and here it is. So I've got this, but hey, Jim, it's black. It doesn't really look good. It doesn't blend. That's okay. They have blending modes. You can come in here and say screen, and when you change it to screen, that black background disappears. You can also scale it. So maybe I want it really big because I'm really proud of having that watermark. Maybe I want to change the margin on the bottom some way, or change the margin on the right-hand side. Notice it just says bottom and right, and that's because if you look at this little square up here, you can see that blue square is highlighted in the bottom right corner. But if I click the middle one, guess what? My watermark just moved over there. So that allows you to position that, and I'll just click around. You can see how this will move to different areas of the photo. That allows you to position your watermark pretty much anywhere you want in the photo. Now, by the way, it's up here. Instead of in that bottom right corner, it's in the top left. And now it says top margin and left margin instead of bottom margin and right margin. So I can take top margin and increase that, and left margin, I can increase that as well. It just gives you a whole lot of flexibility. And by the way, there's also an opacity slider. Hey, I kind of want my name in there, but I kind of want it faded, and I kind of want it in the center right over the picture there because that's what I like, or for whatever reason. So I'm going to put it back up there. I'm going to put opacity to 100 so you can see it better. The point is, if you liked watermarking, it's super simple, quick, and easy to add that to your photos now. And there's other options as well. You can flip it here in case you want to go a diagonal, flip it again, it's upside down, there it is again, etc., etc. So that's the first way. I'm going to hit reset on this real quick. Now I'm going to go to text, and here I can just enter text, and I'm going to say Option G, and I'm going to call it Jim Nix. If I can spell my own name, Jim Nix. I'll say photos because photography is longer, so maybe I don't want to do that. Let's see here. I can choose. Well, let me hit enter. There we go. There's Jim Nix Photos. It shows up at the bottom. I'm going to put that back in that bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to decrease the scale. I'm going to increase the bottom margin and the right margin. And hey, you know, that's exactly what I wanted. And that's basically the same thing I just had, except here, of course, I can adjust the fonts. You can see there's quite a few of them. I won't bore you with that. And you've got other options as well, including blending mode, and you've got the same sort of customization with the with that little square that helps you position it. In this case, again, top margin needs to be increased, as does left margin. And there we go. That is the watermarking tool, kind of a quickie on that. Super cool, and even though I don't use it, I can appreciate that a lot of people do. I think that's a fantastic addition to version 4 of PhotoLab. Okay, and now I'm going to pop over to this tab. No, not local adjustments. I'm still getting familiar with it. I click some of the wrong buttons. It happens. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to zoom in 200%. And I want to show you that there's noise in this image. And that's the next thing that I think is really cool about PhotoLab 4 is they've now got Deep Prime Noise Reduction. So actually I need to get on the right tab. I've done that wrong twice now. But Deep Prime is really built for driving powerful noise reduction and demosaicing in your photos. So if you just click on that, you will see it starts to go to work. And you can increase that with this luminance slider. And I think you get some nice looking noise reduction. I think 200 might be a little bit too close. Let's try 125, something about like that. Let me do a compare here. There it is before, and there it is now. It's powerful noise reduction, and it's built in, and I think it's pretty awesome. Let me go back to Deep Prime, actually. There we go. So it gives you some great noise reduction. Let me tell you, they've got some high, really noisy images on their website that you can download and experiment with. And I did that, but there is a disclaimer on those photos that says can only be used for personal use. I didn't think I could use those photos in this video, so I didn't, but they are on their website. You can go download them and try them for yourself. So you may want to check that out. My point is I tried this on several images, including their sample images and a couple of mine. I think it's working really well. So again, one more time, there it is before and there it is after. Powerful noise reduction. That's a great feature here in PhotoLab 4. And I had some people say, hey, this noise reduction stuff is amazing, Jim. You didn't even talk about it. And again, first impression video, I was very high level about the overall app and not about the specific features in the app. But these are the 5 major things that I think about in version 4 that are new and improved or just new. And those are the batch renaming, the advanced history, the smart workspaces, the automatic or simple, super easy watermarking, and of course, the Deep Prime noise reduction. Altogether, those are the major new features in PhotoLab 4. I think it's pretty amazing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I will come back and do more videos. If there are specific things you would like to see me demo in PhotoLab 4, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like it and hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that kind of support, and share it on with your friends and colleagues if you're interested in doing so as well. I appreciate that. I'll be back with more videos about this product and other ones that I'm playing with. There's just a lot going on. There's so many fun things to play with. It is a great time to be a photographer and to be able to edit your photos. I love this kind of stuff. I'm having fun with it. I hope you are too. Whatever app you're using, I hope that you're having fun editing it and having a lot of success with those tools. I'll be back soon. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I'll see you soon, my friends. You guys take care of yourselves, and adios.